Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another open letter to the Bannerlord devs from another, what's it called? I'm guessing this is a couple of different developers, not developers, modders. Yeah, it's a couple of different modding teams, as you can see right over here. I think these are different modding teams, but I see some familiar ones as well. This is going to be the second one that we check out. And for others, this might be the first one you see on my channel. But we have checked out a, what's it called? An open letter to TaleWorlds from pretty much a different group of modding teams. I think it was like 2 months ago. And changes did happen because of it. And hopefully even more changes happen because of this letter as well. And hopefully those mod creators can create the mods that they want to create. So we're going to be going over pretty much the forum post and then the full letter as well. Pretty big, but we're going to do it. And yeah, just bear with me. I'm a little bit sick. I might have to pause a couple times, blow my nose. You know, I'm going to mute it, of course, but it is what it is. All right, let's do it. So this was on August 22nd. Okay, so almost 2 weeks. A little bit late. It is what it is. All right, so he goes, hello to everyone. A subset of the Total Conversion modding community wrote an open letter from the developers of mod teams looking to create a multiplayer mode in general regarding the server section in the future plans, attached messages from Bannerlord developers, and some of our serious issues. Okay, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is about, I'm guessing, modding custom servers. This is more based on multiplayer. The other letter was more based on kind of like single player overhaul mods. So this one is a little bit different. But I'm pretty sure that's probably why you have some of the same teams. They probably have like a multiplayer version as well. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking of. Alrighty. So he states, the open letter written by Jance, who is the Kingdoms of Arda team, was received positively by the TaleWorlds developers. That's the previous one that we did go over. And they brought innovations that will lead to more innovations in the development stages. Yes, so changes did happen, good changes, and they are still happening as the development continues. However, here we want to convey our concerns about this issue to TaleWorlds through this letter, unlike some parts of the future plans section. Okay. He says, we are aware that especially tournament/league owners raise a lot of topics about servers in the community, and we know that this bothers TaleWorlds developers as well, because now they want these servers to be released as soon as they can, and they are doing their best. But, you know, as Caleb stated in the future plans section, this is the dev stating, finally, later down the line, and possibly after the full release of the game, we intend to share custom server files to allow you to host your own multiplayer game servers. So obviously this is important if you want to do a tournament, you know, to have your own servers, also to change some of the, you know, like the settings of the server, and all of that. It's very important. And to actually get a multiplayer scene, like maybe even a professional multiplayer scene, you have to have that. And obviously, you know, it is still a far time away, you know, since, you know, well, it could be later down the line of EA, but EA was already extended to, I think, what is it, Q2 of 2022. So if it is after the game is released, that will be, you know, close to a year, really, a little bit less than a year away. So yeah, it is quite some time. Then he goes, we all know that TaleWorlds has been slow in development in the multiplayer part because it has given priority to single player, and the single player part is subject to the most intense updates in this regard. That is true. Unfortunately, you know, most of the people who play the game do play the single player version. I wish people play multiplayer more, but at the same time, it's one of the reasons I haven't played multiplayer as well. Like I said, once a ranking system comes in and I can be kind of more competitive with it, I will, you know, play multiplayer a lot more because I'm more a competitive person. I like seeing my stats, even if they're terrible stats. I just like seeing them. I don't know what it is. I feel like when I was like a little kid, that's what kind of got me into COD and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because I was like, oh, I want to have the best KD and stuff like that. For, you know, it's just, it's small stuff like that, but I think it goes a long way. You know. And he goes, however, we know that Dejan hosts special events and provides event support to the community. Of course, we are grateful for Dejan for this. Yeah, there are a couple of events that go on, so that is good. But obviously, with custom servers, those can go on a lot more. Then we thought and moved on this descriptive text for a long time, talked to many mod communities, and understood the concerns of mod projects that want to successfully continue their testing phase in multiplayer mod projects, and we have had to write an open letter to TaleWorlds about it. And he goes, here's the link to the full letter. We welcome all kinds of encouragement, comments, and support that you need to express your criticism, support, and suggestions to the topic. Sincerely and respectfully, the Total Conversion community. Let's do it. Alright. Damn, they even did this. I don't know how you do this. Dang. Okay. So he goes, an open letter to TaleWorlds. Why does a total overhaul mod development not have access to custom servers, and how can multiplayer mod teams work on custom servers? Okay, so that is the question. Now we got the preface. This open letter is a direct response to the Future Plans article published by TaleWorlds, which does not include any effort to clarify their plans for future modding support for multiplayer mods. It is a kind of solidarity letter opened in order to eliminate the concerns of mod projects who aim to make multiplayer content. To find solutions to this issue, we expect cooperation from TaleWorlds and hope that together we will find the best solution to our concerns, which will benefit us all. I think they will. It might take some time, unfortunately, but I think that TaleWorlds will definitely, help respond and all of that. You know what I mean? They have done in the past, and I don't see why they wouldn't do it in the future. You know what I mean? Then we got a quote. I can barely read that, to be honest with you. Can I zoom this in a little bit? Shoop. Okay. So this is a quote from November 3rd, 2020. This is Calum. This is obviously the lead for the community. He states, It takes the time it takes because we have a limited amount of people working on multiplayer. Yeah, that's what I expected. We aren't a huge AAA studio that can throw 100 people at multiplayer development. Yeah, they only have a little bit over 100 developers total. You know what I mean? So I understand that. We are doing the best we can with the resources we have, and a lot of time we have to prioritize work which we deem to be more important. But at the end of the day, the game is still in early access, and we have quite clear to people that the game was in unfinished states and that they should hold off until the full release if they want a complete game. Yes. Then he goes, many in the mod communities are aware of the fact that TaleWorlds is a smaller team working on multiplayer, and we fully understand TaleWorlds' development effort on this and look forward to it. Good. Then he goes, quote from about future plans section. This was on August 17th. We did cover this. What's it called? I think he just means like this last part where obviously he just said that further down the line they are going to get to it, but just not right now. All right, let's reset that. Alrighty, the main problem. Total overhaul mod development teams trying to develop multiplayer mods and related content in the modding community are doing their best to work with the tools made available in Bannerlord, and we don't want our efforts to be in vain, as we made clear on the forum. But unfortunately, our concerns were not understood, and no progress has been made in this regard. Okay. It says currently, mod teams cannot make adequate progress on multiplayer aspects within the modules they have created, and they are worried that their work will be unsuccessful on the current non-existent servers, even if they continue to troubleshoot this issue. He goes, the most important concern of the mod communities is uniforms, weapons, animations, and accessories, and they have made for this for their modules. It's a matter of whether custom servers will support mod content, custom assets, and how they will perform when introduced. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. Did Warband like custom servers? Because Warband has custom servers, if I'm not mistaken. Did they support that? Because I feel like if they did, I feel like this is gonna support it as well. To be in all honesty, I don't think they have much in terms of stuff that's done for the custom servers that they can even give out to modders just yet, because I don't think they have that part done. I don't think they're at that stage yet. But I don't know. I don't work for them. You know what I mean? But all right, he goes. Some aspects of multiplayer mods can be tested using battle scenes and custom battle or a sandbox campaign for single player, but features related to server communication cannot be created, tested, and implemented unless custom servers are included. Okay. Then he goes, if simultaneously work in the absence of custom servers experiences performance degradation, then revising the work in the projects is also a waste of time, and all uniforms, weapons, custom assets will all cause a delay in revising other important content. Okay, so they're pretty much what they're saying is that it would be, how can I explain this? So obviously custom server now would be kind of like the ideal thing, but unfortunately I don't think those are going to come for a while. maybe some confirmations on certain stuff of like, will custom assets be a thing, like a definite yes or no answer. What's the extent? What's this? Like just some kind of specifics. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see. Then he goes, after following the development of Bannerlord for a while now, we have growing concerns about the success of this endeavor/project. Mount Blade, at its core, was always based on very simple premises and mechanics, which give the player a great amount of freedom concerning the implementation of their personal vision for the game. True, since it was at the same time a very flexible and universal base for realizing a vast amount of modifications, this enabled a vast amount of diversity between different modules that certainly led to the longevity of the community so long after the release. True. He says, we believe TaleWorlds understands that the modding community has been one of the primary drivers of success for the franchise, especially long term. That is true. Warband stuck around for a very long time due to modding. Then he goes, this is apparent in the community messaging. The response of the earlier open letter has resulted in many positive changes to benefit the modding community. Good to hear, and hopefully that does continue. Then he goes, meanwhile, the developers and the fans of multiplayer modifications are beginning to feel disregarded and marginalized. We understand that the single player is the primary focus of the game at this time. However, even the simplest essential tooling and information is still unavailable to us. Yeah, so pretty much, while the custom servers might not be there, maybe there's a way to test certain features that could be implemented sooner, or, a way to, or just to know more stuff that actually will be there in the future. I think that would be kind of good. I think that's what they're trying to say. Then he goes, beginning to involve the multiplayer modding community sooner rather than later can help give the multiplayer aspect of Bannerlord a bit of focus and feedback, which is sorely needs. True, that also will help multiplayer because you will have these modders who will try to be communicate back and forth with developers, and that's a good thing to have. And then it goes, without having to dedicate too many resources within the company. True. So it will kind of be like it will benefit, and kind of speed up the work that they are doing. And then we have how TaleWorlds can resolve these problems. Alrighty. The way to solve this is very simple. There are several solutions for this. Alrighty. So solution number 1, re-enable the create a game function in the main or beta branches of the game. Since the community knows the create a game function is already implemented and works, and it is also released/leaked unintentionally multiple times during beta and EA process and patched immediately. We believe that this only hurts the modding community and causes ridiculous conspiracy theories between players that hurts the TaleWorlds and the community. Okay, so it looks like there is already a way to do it, but I think the reason, I don't want to say like it's a conspiracy theory, but it might be just because it's super undone, maybe super buggy, or maybe just doesn't work at all. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Unless it does work. I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to say anything because I have no clue. But, alright. He goes, we know TaleWorlds is gathering data from played games, and they gather information about player-picked perks, classes, server crash rates, etc. And enabling create a game function on the main branch could lead TaleWorlds to gather wrong information. Okay. Also, he's saying that it could affect the data or something. Okay. He's trying to, step in their shoes and alright. Then he goes, while it could affect multiplayer development badly, we believe TaleWorlds could re-enable create a game function in the already created beta branches, or create a beta branch just for modding, which means the official multiplayer development is unaffected. This would only require minimal maintenance by TaleWorlds. Therefore, we believe it will be better to have this ability enabled in the beta branch, or a branch that is like performance test branch solely for the purpose of mod development testing. I think that could be possible. Definitely, I think that's a good thing, because obviously we already have, like you said, the perf_test branch that is solely for people who want to kind of test out the single player experience. I don't know if it's also for multiplayer as well, but I think might be just for single player. It kind of the game will gather more data and kind of record the gameplay to see exactly what the problems are, and it's much easier to kind of find the problems and send it to TaleWorlds. Then he goes, in addition, we believe this solution will be beneficial for the entire community, and TaleWorlds. Currently, the multiplayer aspect of the beta branch serves little to no purpose, as beta servers are almost never available. True, they're always on the live, mostly. It's only when there's major changes, then they'll put it on the beta for a little bit, then it also will go away after a little bit. So if you want to play multiplayer, it's on the live, just if you didn't know. Then he goes, enabling a create a game function allows players to more easily test features in the current beta branch. This is useful for tournaments like Beast, so they can prepare themselves for the upcoming patch and can also be used to catch bugs like the Sound of Doom before they reach the main branch. True. Then he goes, so now number 2 for the how they can resolve the problem. Release the server files for public use. While I believe this solution is unlikely, as TaleWorlds has previously stated that the server files will not be released until the full release of the game. Releasing the server files will allow multiplayer mods to start proper development. Subsequent updates to the files would likely cause issues, but this is also the case for single-player mods currently in development, and they have managed to work with this. Okay, so he's saying that, well, you know, if they release the thing, so TaleWorlds say that they're going to release it once the game is finished, so pretty much, you know, the constant updating will mess stuff up, and what they're saying is they could still do it because, you know, single player is also affected by the constant updates, and a lot of mods do break all the time, but those mod creators are still, you know, working around it. Therefore, you know, the multiplayer guys can work around it as well. Okay. Then he goes 3, create special custom servers for mod communities to open mod module within the dedicated TaleWorlds servers. These would essentially be custom servers hosted by TaleWorlds themselves, to which mod teams would have access through an SFTP client like FileZilla. This has several benefits. Servers will still be in TaleWorlds' direct control. This means they don't have to worry about their players maintaining older versions of the game. This means TaleWorlds could still use data from their servers for their metrics. Then he goes 2, mod teams and tournaments can use this architecture to create their own mods or events without having to wait for the full release of files. This means multiplayer mods can be created early in TaleWorlds' lifespan, and tournaments / events can help bolster the amount of players in multiplayer. This is actually a very good idea. I think if TaleWorlds actually kind of, you know, merged with the multiplayer modding community and kind of, you know, did this and kind of facilitated this, this would really help the multiplayer grow a lot. I think this might be I agree with this one the most so far because they also have a 4. I think okay, so this is number 1. I think this would be the best thing to do. Then maybe create the game function and then release the service for public use. That's me though. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Listen, it is what it is. I'm just here reading this stuff, but hey, when it comes to modding, I'm an idiot. So take that how you will. Alright, and then number 4, we have add-on LAN connection into mod tools for mod communities, which makes TaleWorlds multiplayer development directly. We believe that this will be very good for mod communities to have an what word is that? I don't know what word that is, dog. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Like multiplayer, because they can test and experience the work they have created within their own modules better with local area connection, again with their friends who have the same module, but we have doubts that how mod tools will perform in this regard. I don't really understand this one. I'm guessing this is like you can connect if you're in the same house or like you're in the same LAN. Okay, I guess. Alright. Then he goes TLDR. It would be better for our work if TaleWorlds would provide special servers to mod communities by making improvements related to our direct request. Alrighty. Now, let me quickly mute this because I have to blow my nose. Alrighty, and I'm back. Alrighty, and then here you go, last one. Why are custom servers important to mod communities? Alrighty, he goes, because we have unique needs within the mod community and we want these needs to be met for us to be successful. We need custom servers in order to successfully work on multiplayer content. To be successful in our efforts, we will use these custom servers for testing content as previously mentioned from our projects. If this is not possible, then we will have to test it with people in our mod using local area connection and prepare our works as planned. We also fully understand the decisions and concerns that TaleWorlds is currently making in early access phase and in the mod community. We also understand your decision regarding company policy and custom servers and development process, but for us, the importance of the mod community lies in being to successfully test the mods we develop, so please reconsider your decisions. And then we got all of the teams here. Alrighty, I like this. And like I said before the other letter, I like when stuff is done in this way because it does, you know, it does make for good changes. Like even said by the person who wrote this, that the previous letter had a lot of good things come from it. So hopefully good things come from this letter as well. But that will do it for me. What is this? Looks like a lot of people do agree, which is good to see. But alrighty. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Go check it out. Link will be always in the description. And yeah, go support it, man. And stay safe.